Yo, welcome to Trippy Commentaries and our coverage of the WWE. We are getting close to Survivor Series. It's going to be Team Cena versus Team Authority. The problem is, we have no idea who the hell is even on Team Cena. It seems to be just John Cena and whoever he can beg to get onto his squad. We'll discuss in preparation for Survivor Series. It should be a pretty cool pay-per-view that's actually free. So if you guys don't have the WWE Network, make sure to download it free of charge. Watch this pay-per-view. Should be epic.
For this month only, the Survivor Series and the whole month of November, the network is free.
Yeah, check it out. I'm sure most of you already have the WWE Network. It's only $10 a month. Well worth it. But it's nice to see the WWE try to give you no excuse. They've been drilling it down everybody's throats that it's only $9.99.
$9.99.
This month it's free. Good for them. I'm RJ, joined up with Retro Brett.
Yo, how's it going, y'all?
Retro, man, we have a lot to talk about here. We don't know who is on Team Cena. I know you have some predictions. I know the Authority also is dealing with some issues as well, so that's something we'll have to talk about. What do you think about Team Cena? What are your early predictions on who could actually join up?
Well, you said earlier that no one except Cena's on Team Cena. That's not entirely true because Dolph Ziggler is on it.
Now, let's go ahead and recap real quickly what happened last time with Dolph Ziggler. The Authority came out and they tried to persuade him to join up with the Authority by saying he could have anything he wants. He said what he wants is for the Authority to be out of power. So he's basically joining up with Team Cena because of his vendetta with the Authority. They had kind of an earlier agreement a couple weeks back. It didn't seem to be completely solid, but now we know Dolph Ziggler's intentions.
I think it's pretty solid right now. And it makes sense. Dolph Ziggler is the perpetual good guy, just like Cena.
Mm-hmm.
And Cena's more ground and pound. Dolph Ziggler is not high flying, but he's definitely more energetic than Cena, I guess you would say.
For sure.
But
at least, not necessarily on the mic, because Cena's more energetic on the mic, but in the ring, I think Dolph Ziggler's definitely a high flyer and pretty crazy.
I don't think we've actually heard Dolph Ziggler very often on the mic.
Not too much. Of course, we had that last segment we just talked about there where he kind of talked with the Authority. The only real thing that came out of his mouth was, I just want you guys out of power, or something to that effect.
Yeah, I wanted to get my predictions in before this week's Raw in case my predictions came true, in which case it wouldn't be predictions anymore, would it?
No, and I think what you are about to predict is probably going to come true. So who do you think will join up with Team Cena?
We just had a glimpse of the guy I think would join Team Cena, and that would be Ryback.
Okay, I predicted that on our last episode of Raw Reactions. Do you agree?
Then we're in agreement there.
Mm-hmm. Why do you think though?
Well, because they're pushing Ryback as a good guy. They talked a little bit tonight on SmackDown about auditioning Ryback for Team Authority, but I don't see Ryback going to Team Authority because, they're pushing him as a good guy. So, but I do see Cesaro going to Team Authority.
Really? You think Cesaro is going to team up with the Authority? I seem to have noticed some animosity between them in the past, but it looks like that will go out the window. Cesaro will join up.
Well, Cesaro's a heel. He's a bad guy, so yes, I think he will. This is my most outlandish prediction yet, although recent events have indicated that it's pretty much going to happen. Randy Orton is going to join Team Cena.
What? This is where I have to kind of question you here, Retro Brett. These guys are well-known rivals. They just faced off at Hell in a Cell in a damn cage. And now you think they're going to bury the hatchet and become teammates?
No, not because they're friends, but because the enemy of my enemy.
Okay.
That kind of deal.
So we have a little bit of a falling out here with Randy Orton and the Authority. You think it's actually going to lead him to join up with Team Cena?
I definitely would not be surprised, and I would go so far as to say it's likely to happen.
Well, that would certainly give him someone very legit on his side, even more legit than Dolph Ziggler, who's, of course, pretty good himself.
Oh, yeah, he's definitely legit. As
Anybody
for the
else?
fifth member of Team Cena, I do not know. But for the Team Authority, they already have two members, Seth Rollins and Kane. And I'll go with Rusev, obviously, because he's the biggest bad guy in the company right now.
Well, in the last episode of Raw, the Authority proposed to Rusev, actually, of course, to Lana, to join up with them. And Lana said she's going to think about it, or they will think about it and get back to them. I'm sure we're going to find out on Monday what they're thinking.
I think it's going to happen. I already said Cesaro is a lock for Team Authority.
Mm-hmm.
And Bray Wyatt.
Bray Wyatt? I disagree. He's in the middle of a feud with Dean Ambrose. How could he possibly pull himself away from that to join up with Team Authority?
I don't know. You'd be surprised. I think some strange things are going to happen.
Okay, so then what does Dean Ambrose do? Is he just going to sit out this pay-per-view, or you're not going to predict him to join up with Team Authority, are you?
He's not going to go with Team Authority, but I don't think he's going with Team Cena either. That's a good question there, RJ. I'm not entirely sure what he's going to do.
Well, my personal prediction is that him and Bray Wyatt will have their own match at Survivor Series unless they decide to hold it out. Now, going along with your prediction, what if Bray Wyatt does join up in that match? Then that does give Dean Ambrose a damn good reason to join up with Team Cena, much like Randy Orton, where it's really not joining up with Cena. To join up with John. It's to get at Bray Wyatt. That would make sense.
And those kind of team ups are never good because you're not joining the team leader. You're joining just because to get back at the guy across the ring. Those are never
revenge
good.
Factor. Yeah.
I don't think Orton and Cena are going to coexist well together. But I think Orton will join Team Cena.
All right.
I don't think it'll be very good.
So that would make each team, well, of course, it would be a team of 5 there with the Authority. Once again, you have, of course, you're saying that Rusev would be joining up, as well as, is there anybody else? We have Kane is definitely in there. Seth Rollins, no choice. He's in there. Are you thinking that Triple H is going to fight?
I don't think so. Anything's possible, maybe.
Hey, his job's on the line, apparently. He might have to. He's going to have to do something.
This is a very good question. And speaking of being on the line, I think everyone wants the Authority to be out of power. But I think this is more just a storyline just to get interest in the pay-per-view.
We also have Vince
really
McMahon.
To see Vinny Mac.
Yeah, I was going to say Vince McMahon more involved now. So that's pretty cool.
It was one Raw. It's yet to be seen whether he comes back for extended appearances, but it was really good to see him.
We had Raspo on the last episode of Raw Reactions, and he actually does think that Vince McMahon will stick around here with the storyline, of course, with the free WWE Network as well. Hopefully he's right about that. Any more predictions here for Survivor Series, Retro Brett? Let me think of a name to possibly throw at you. Bo Dallas, is he going to get involved?
No, I don't know what's going on with Bo Dallas right now. I don't think he's getting involved.
What about Jack Swagger?
Although we were talking earlier tonight about we haven't seen much of Swagger lately. I don't see him getting involved in this match.
Here's a name for you. Kofi Kingston. He's been pretty powerful as of late. We haven't seen too much of him, and I think he is already friends with John Cena here.
Oh, yes. Well, you can never count out Kofi Kingston. He always shows up in these teaming up kind of matchups.
Yeah, he does.
But like you said, we haven't really seen much of him lately, so...
Too bad he's underrated.
It's usually people that's relevant at the time.
True.
So.
Okay. What about the Great Khali?
Ah, God.
Speaking of haven't seen him in a while.
The most underutilized person in WWE history.
Yeah. If there's a Royal Rumble, though, he'll be there. You can bet on that.
And he'll lose some jobber that they're trying to push.
Okay, the last out of nowhere member of Team Cena. Could it possibly be, how about the one guy who wants to get back at the Authority more than anybody, CM Punk? Could it possibly be Punk to join Team Cena? Any chance, Retro Brett?
That is a very, very interesting question. I wish he would, but for a return like that, it's got to be WrestleMania.
You're right. I was going to say that would be an epic return, but I don't think CM Punk's going to return to join up with Team Cena. That would certainly not make too much sense from his point of view.
Reports are going that the two sides are being friendly toward each other, which is surprising, but I don't think you're going to see CM Punk this time.
We're definitely looking forward to our next episode of Raw. Who knows what they're going to throw out there. I think the picture will start to become more clear.
It should.
And we'll see what happens with perhaps this guy, Dean Ambrose. Will he be involved? You mentioned Bray Wyatt. What's he up to? He's got his 2 minions. He's kind of been putting out these promos for him.
Oh, yes, he's definitely pushing them.
When are they going to make their appearance, and what the hell are they going to do?
Time will tell.
I'm RJ for Retro Brett. Stay tuned here at Trippy Commentaries, and more importantly, stay trippy.